Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ball Don't Lie NBA Finals post game show, man. Of course, it's your host, man, Scott and Dante. You know, follow us at Barbchair Scott at October Zonte. And of course, we got a family member of the network, my
Yes,
co-host
sir.
of the
Yeah,
third pick podcast. We finally got up yesterday. He was out
yes,
here
sir.
West
Yes, sir.
Coasting. We were talking about before we got on, man. How the jet lag treating you?
Man, listen, dog. That shit hit like you remember the episode of Martin, man, when he fought Tommy Hearns?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, that's how I felt. Like, really, like sitting there. I was cool when I got up this morning. I was like, all right, I'm chilling, whatever. Ran a couple errands. I'm like, I'm back in the mix. Cool. Got set down for longer than 20 minutes, and I was like, yeah, it's probably over with. I'm probably gonna have to go ahead and yeah.
Yeah, no, that's how it be, bro. I love going to the West Coast, but coming back from the West Coast, you lose damn
Yeah,
near a whole
man.
day. G, I hate that shit.
Bro, listen, I was at the airport. So basically, like, the flight take off at 6 o'clock out there. And I know I'm not getting home until 1 o'clock out here. So in my head, it's just like, oh man, like it's because of the time change. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
different. That
you
shit
lost half of
different,
your
dog.
day.
Yeah, because when
Super
he when
different,
you
bro.
was come out here, he was like, "Yeah, I should be landing at 7:30." I'm like, nigga, the game is gonna be damn near off by the time you get up out here.
Yep. Yep. The damn
When he
show
said
was
that,
too. The damn
when he
show
said,
was.
yeah, that's probably man, you know what I'm saying? It fuck with you. It'll fuck with
LA
you.
was
Like
good though, man. LA was good to me, man. You know what I'm saying? It definitely was good to me, man. I love the weather out there, of course. Last time I went out there, the weather just it made me fall in love. And then it's palm trees, bro. Like, how could you really be mad at that? Like, it's
that's
palm
why I
trees
said, like,
everywhere.
Yeah,
even if you have an irritating day, like I had today,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
you
I
just
always wonder. I always wonder why West Coast niggas are so violent. Like it's so peaceful
yeah,
and beautiful
that's
out
what I
there.
want
It's
to
like,
know. Like, why is the
what's really
crime
going
rate high
on?
here? Like, what are y'all niggas
I
doing?
understand East Coast and Midwest shit. Like, it's
Yeah,
snow up to the
Oh, yeah,
knee. I get that.
cold is
I
angry,
be
my
mad.
nigga.
yeah, man.
But
But
like that weather out there, like, oh man.
in my last trip, man, it took me like I didn't get home till like I don't think I got into bed till like 3:30 in the morning last when I came back like 3 weeks ago because my flight got delayed 2 hours. And then I literally walked. By the way,
Mm,
this is why I say O'Hare Airport is one of the worst airports in America. This was like game three of Heat Celtics in these conference finals. I'm walking
yeah.
around this whole big dumbass airport trying to find a bar that's playing a game. None of them playing the game. All the bars closed at 8. I'm like, how you an international airport and your bars closing at 8?
8
And
o'clock, that's
so
crazy.
then I finally land, and then the fucking baggage claim thing breaks. So I'm waiting for my bags
Oh,
for like 45 minutes. And it took forever for me to get over. It was just a long thing, man. So I definitely understand
yeah.
what you was going through, man.
That's
But
just some bullshit, man.
speaking of jet lag, that's what like the fucking Warriors play like, man. As
Yeah.
we get into this one, man, the Golden State Warriors lose. The Boston Celtics win 116-100. They could take a 2-1 series lead in this NBA Finals, man. Steph Curry led the way for the Warriors with 31 points. Didn't really do shit in the fourth quarter, though, which we'll talk about in a
Mm-hmm.
minute. And Jaylen Brown led the way for the Celtics. Jay Tatum had 26, but if you actually watch the game, a lot of stat padding going on in that one,
Yeah.
man. We can go around the room with our initial reactions before we get into the real nitty gritty on this. What y'all feeling 3 games in?
I kind of expected this game three. We talked about it last live. I really felt like Boston was gonna come out at home. We was gonna get that better performance from the role players and those guys, those third and fourth options, and that's what you got tonight. And like I didn't expect the Warriors to come out as flat as they did. I know Clay has struggled, but I still expected more from the rest of the Warriors. But I mean,
Yeah.
for what I expected in this series, I mean, Boston did what they were supposed to do tonight: to come back home and try to restore order.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it definitely was a game that, like, going into it, I talked about it beforehand. Like, if I was betting on it, I probably personally would have like money lined the Warriors, but I wouldn't have been upset if like Boston would have won this game because they're right back at home. They stole game one, lost game two. They got that momentum coming right back home to the crib. It's like they got to come hold it down. So I'm not shocked at all. It's just that, like, when you see the disparity in points, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that first quarter and that fourth quarter is like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Yeah,
start the game off like Boston has showed you that even when you get a big lead, they'll come back. So if you give them a big lead, chances are, bro, like they're probably not gonna come up off that, even if you chip away at it. And the Warriors didn't do themselves any fucking favors like in that fourth quarter, bro. They scored 11 American points.
Yeah.
In Boston, like it's just that's inexcusable, bro. Like
Yeah.
Defense and no defense.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm not shocked the Celtics won. Like we said after game 2, and even on the last ball don't lie, we said that we thought that they were gonna split these two in Boston. One thing that pisses me off about it's the effort, dog. Like they just come out like so lackadaisical, and it's like it's so fucking annoying. And the Celtics do the same shit. Like these are two annoying ass teams. Like even look at the two runs that happened. Like when the Warriors came back and cut the lead and actually took the lead, it was the Celtics were doing stupid shit. And it's like as soon as the Warriors took a 1-point lead, it's like, oh, let's start throwing the ball like the fucking Harlem Globetrotters again. Let's start shooting ill-advised threes. Let's give Jordan Poole might need to be on Andre Iguodala watch. As in, he can't play. Like,
so, bro, I can't let you do this with my Wolverine like that. I can't let you do it. I will not let you do this.
Dog, the Michigan boys got to talk today. Him and of course y'all rival Michigan State, Mr. Draymond. I'll get to him in a minute, but it's just one thing that I have seen from this, and this is what we said after game 1. This is going to be a 7-game series for 2 reasons. Yeah. One, the Warriors don't have enough energy to beat these boys consecutively enough to just get it over with in 6 games. And the Celtics have zero killer instinct for them to be able to get the Warriors while they, a little knocked out, on the ropes a little bit. So that's why I think it's going 7. And for the Warriors, now you put yourself in a tough position. Now you got to beat this team 3 out of the next 4 times. You know what I'm saying? And they still have home court. And that's going to be a hard thing for them to do. And they just look a step faster. We brought up the 2004 finals. We brought up the 1991 finals where the Bulls just look a step faster than the Lakers. They just look the motherfuckers look tired, bro. Like they've been out of breath, and it's like the youngins on the Celtics, they just got different gear, man. That's the number one thing that kind of stood out to me. Initial reaction.
It's a nasty game, man. It's a nasty game if you're a Warriors fan because like you're looking at them and you expecting them to carry over that game 2 momentum, right? Like game 1, Steph was in the zone from first quarter. Obviously, the fourth quarter didn't go the way they wanted it. We're like 3 or 4 defended shots away from them being up 2-0, which could have did them wonders tonight because you lose this game, like you said, you're down 2-1. You have to win. Like next game is a must win. You know what I'm saying? Like we always throw that kind of term around. That's a must win. Yeah. You go back home down 3-1, man. Like I'm sorry, bro. Like it's over.
I wouldn't say it's over because they still have 2. I wouldn't say it's over. I felt like it would have been over if they'd have lost the 2 at home. Like they're losing at home.
Oh no, if they lost 2 at home, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
That to me, for this one, it's a little different because you don't want to go 3-1, especially against this Celtics team, but you still would have 2 home games potentially. You know what I'm saying? You still have 2 home games, but it ain't gonna matter if these motherfuckers don't play defense. Like, and that's. Like today, game 2 was about defense. The Warriors turned the defensive pressure up. Today, they just I wrote it down. Like last time I checked, they had 32 points. The Celtics had 32 paint points at halftime. At halftime, that's usually like full game shit. You know what I'm saying? And that type of shit is just not gonna work.
Yeah, bro. Celtics had 5 people in double figures and 3 people scored a dub. Like it's hard to beat a team when you letting them get buckets like that.
Yep. And let's talk about the Celtics since they did win. They are up 2-1, making people like me who thought this was going to be a quick series look stupid. And I think that's just more of my Celtic. Hey, I just don't like the fucking Celtics, and not this particular team. I think this is a likable Celtic team. It's just something about that green. Like remember on winning time when Norm Nixon was like that fucking leprechaun. Mm-hmm. He was doing like the leprechaun laugh. It's just I just don't like the Celtics.
Take
bro.
That nigga.
Yeah, that one. Take that nigga. That's what it was. That's what it was. Like it's just even when they have they pan on a crowd, you just see oh, I know he said nigga today. I know he said nigga today.
It's they having too much fun. Like they
way too much fun.
Fans, you you know what? I don't know why you celebrating, bro. Like I don't know if you celebrating just because your team won or if it's something underlying there. I don't know.
You got Paul Pierce wearing a top 75 jacket and hoodie. Like, I know it's got to be 75, 80 degrees in Boston in June. I know it's not cold outside, bro. Like, looking like a drunk uncle. And it's just everything about the actual Celtic lore. Like, even from the beginning, y'all heard about the rims
being too high.
I thought Red Auerbach was dead.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro.
what the fuck?
Phil Jackson talked about that shit in his book. He said like when they played Magic, the Celtics would like intentionally before the game take air out the ball because they know Magic tall as hell. So they like it would be harder for them to dribble. And like the old Garden, they had dead spots in the floor that they knew about, but they wouldn't tell the visiting team. So like motherfuckers to be dribbling, like that's like
you
some
go out
people
there
call
like
it
that.
gamesmanship.
Ripping them up. Yeah.
It's like what the fuck.
Yeah, and that's just like the whole little mystique. But they just been a team that I do feel if they win this championship, this will be the official, torch passing of like the old guard, not the word specifically, but the old guard in the NBA. Because look who everybody, if they win this, who they to knock the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like all the old guys. You beat Kevin Durant and Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? You beat the best player in the league in Giannis. You beat a tough Miami team. You knock off the dynasty of the of this era. And even on other ends, like even look at the other guys. Chris Paul doesn't make the finals. LeBron doesn't make the playoffs. Like all the older guys, they're not here right. So that to me, if they win this will be the official
that'd
era.
Be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
And then you look at like Ime Udoka, who as soon as he came in, like he's affecting change in a positive way right away. Yep. You know what I mean? Like right after the top of the year, they hit a different gear, bro. Like it's it reminds me of like that Miami team that like started off with a wild record, and then after the I want to say it was like after the top of the year, like they finished crazy, like finished strong, and stepped it up. And this Boston team look a lot like that. It's just validating that hire right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where it's like Brad Stevens, go ahead and get out the way, let somebody else come in. They took on the identity of like their coach, exactly how you want a team to do. And that's what a dude like Tatum needs, though, man. You know what I mean? Because he has these games where like he will like check out a little bit. If he's not hitting
every
shots.
Game. He ain't like that. I know people like look, dog. I fuck with Tatum. Like I said, he's a LSS member, Light Skin Society. But dog, the nigga is inconsistent. He had that little quarter in the second, and like, it's about time Tatum had a big game. Like he do this all the time. He ain't like that, bro. Like the story to me, Jaylen Brown led this team, and if the Celtics do win this, he should be Finals MVP.
Shout out to Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown is having a series. He came out, took it from the beginning here, and the story here today is rebounding. That's the story. Is the Celtics won the rebound battle 47-31. You know what I'm saying? And they had
a lot, bro.
A lot of offensive rebounds. They had 20-second chance points. That type of shit can happen. 14 Warrior turnovers, bro. Like I think it was 14 or did it go? Last time I checked, it was 14. Let me
turnovers. Yeah, they are 16.
16.
Warriors turned the ball over 16 times. Boston turned the ball over 12 times.
Yeah.
Boston beat them in assists, 28-22. Yeah. They had more blocks. They had the same amount of steals, less fouls.
7 Celtic blocks and
58 rebounds.
Yeah. 7 Celtics blocks, 4 of them came from Robert Williams. You gotta give it to him. He had 10 rebounds today.
Yeah.
You can tell he's still hurt, man. But they just out physical them. They did all the necessary things they needed to do to win, and that's just their style of play, though. That's the shit that the Warriors gotta adjust to. That's just not gonna change.
Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. And like you said, like getting physical with Draymond. He was talking crazy, talking about the old era and all of that. Really, I understand, bro, is preparing for his after career life, with podcasting and all of that. But you still playing, bro. So I like how
problem I had with
intentionally took it to Draymond, G.
But see, I didn't know that Cornbread Maxwell said this. And I'm like, he was one of the niggas who was body slamming people. So like when Draymond said, it don't even make no sense no more.
Yeah.
Like I can see like Cornbread Maxwell is one of the dude power driving niggas in the paint and shit. Like
1000%.
It was a silly ass statement, but
yeah. I just don't want to, like you said, I don't want to hear like any I don't want to hear like Draymond being Draymond after like a game like this where it's like, we've been here before. It's like, but you here now, bro. And you played 35 minutes to score like 2 points. Like, I don't really want to hear that shit. Like,
and he put up a triple single today, as Chuck likes to say.
It's some nasty stats, man. His stats are very nasty.
Shit. Yeah, no, he had 2 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 block,
and 6 fouls.
And 6 fouls.
6 fouls, bro.
And then he had the nerve. And I gotta give love to that. Actually, I give some shout out to the referees because Draymond should have got teed up like 3 times in this game. I think he called one of them a bitch ass nigga after he fouled out. I'm like, dude,
sounds about right.
bro. Like, what are you doing?
He do that all the time. And like one of my homies who's he refs in college, but he's working his way up. He was like, Draymond is a prime example of when they tell you it's certain players that they give extra leeway to. He said any other person, like any other lesser person, he said, bro, they getting thrown out every game. Like without question. Like there's plenty of times we've been watching the game and seeing Draymond say, you stupid motherfucker, like to the ref.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing if you're talking trash to other players, but bro talks crazy to the refs, G. And like he just gets that extra leeway. And like you say, on nights like tonight, like prime example, game 2, you don't give a fuck what he's saying. You making an impact on the game. Night like tonight, when you're not doing nothing, you causing more harm than good, and you talking crazy to the refs.
That's like a lot of minutes, man. It's a lot of minutes to play with 2 points, bro. That's basically like no points. Like that 2 is whatever because they lost by 16. It's not like they lost by a layup. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even when you look at like Jordan Poole, right? Like Jordan Poole played 24 minutes, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Even his numbers look dramatically better than Draymond, and and his numbers aren't even crazy. They're not even leaping off the charts. So it's like you look at that Warriors team, bro. It's like, damn, bro. Draymond's game is a gift and a curse. He's a guy who you can't really take out because of what he gives you on defense. Yeah. But like because he's limited on offense, you're like when you need somebody else to score, it's like, damn, I can't take him out. He can't give me a bucket, but he can stop them from getting a bucket, or he can make a play. But if he's not doing either one of those things, it's like
he's useless.
What can you do? Like, how can you justify having him out there for 35 minutes in this game? Like, it's tough,
just
man.
I understand the confidence. If I won 3 championships, and let's be real, when Draymond got drafted, nobody thought he was going to be what he is today. I mean, I think he tweeted like the other day after game 2, it was some stat that only him and Shaq and Michael Jordan, some type of ESPN stat that really ain't even real.
Some shit they made up like.
Yeah, he was like so real good for somebody who can't pass, which I guess was in his.
Oh yeah. He I think he's like 187 or 188 playoff assists or something like that. Yeah, Magic is at the top with like 500.
Yeah, of course.
Crazy shit. Like his numbers is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
That's so it's be on TV so much we forget how cold this motherfucker was. Like Magic was ridiculous, and it's like so that type of stuff is like. That type of stuff just can't happen. You know what I'm saying? And like for the Warriors, this is the thing that like stood out to me. And I'll get to like, praising Celtics everything they did. But the Warriors, there's no we're talking about consistency from Jaylen Brown and Tatum, but there's no consistency from the Warriors big 3. The only consistent person has been Steph Curry. Yeah. Like Steph is like the only person on the Warriors who has earned every game check in these 3 games. Like he's going out there, he's playing well. Clay had a great game, but the problem with Clay now is he don't have defense that goes up with those 25 points that he put up tonight. He's barbecue chicken on the other end of the court, and then like he starts cooking and he starts shooting dickhead shots. And there was a lot of them that came when at the beginning of the 4th quarter when it got like 6-point lead, the Boston had they're in the danger zone right now. And he took like an ill-advised 3 before you know they was down 11 points.
Yeah, it was a fucking brick. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
It's tough though. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the Warriors' problems, they have a lot of gift and curse players. Like Steph, not Steph. With Clay.
Oh shit!
You see Clay miss that shot, but if he come back and make that shot the next time down the court, you like, fuck it, take it again.
Hey, not to cut you off, bro. Did y'all see Steph lead the game?
Yeah, you talking about
Curry just said we're unsure on the status. He said we'll know more tomorrow. So after he left the game in the 4th quarter in pain.
Yeah, that pile up. It was like
I saw the pile up.
He was on the ground for a while, and he, they were saying like, he was like looking,
like he limped off, and so they was like we'll know more tomorrow.
Like, hey man.
So
that's tough.
So who said that they'll check on?
Well, Steve Kerr said that.
Oh, okay.
Steve Kerr said he said we unsure on the status. We'll know more tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, I'm not really worried about it. He look like
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I mean, that's a big if because of them ankles. Like,
I was about to say,
but it wasn't his ankle though. I think it was like his leg.
It was so I didn't see the actual pile up.
It was like it was they was going for like a rebound and like somebody rolled up on him. But
okay,
that's what I put like this. As long as he don't have an MRI. I think he'll be fine. If he has an MRI, that's trouble.
I think just when it comes to stuff like when you hear anything about like lower leg injury,
Right.
ankle, whatever, it always just kind of reminds you of when he was like a rookie. His first couple years, it was just like, what is he gonna be? Because the ankles, I don't know, So, and you definitely don't need this shit now. If you just went down 2-1 and you're still in Boston,
Yeah.
like
They got it. They got it. They have to get Friday. I mean, well, I shout out to Draymond for actually like owning up to it. He's in the post game telling me I was soft. I played like shit. So good that you own up for it. But now you actually
I'm
got to
glad
like
that he
play
does
well.
that, dog.
Yeah.
For people who's like not from like the city, like Draymond's not from Detroit. Like he's not a Detroit nigga, but he acts like a Detroit nigga. So I'm
Right.
sure he had a lot of Detroit family members, or he spent some time in the city.
And trust me, Saginaw ain't that far from Detroit.
It's not that far. It's right there.
It's
Really
not
right
that
there.
far.
So he reminds me of a Detroit nigga in the sense that like you can say what you want to say about him, but like he affects championship basketball. You know what I'm saying? So like you can say what you want to say, and he'll probably agree with you. So for him to call himself soft and say like, "Hey, I did this XYZ," it just goes back to my point. Like I don't want to see you beat Draymond and say, "Oh no, I already did this." Like no, take accountability. So that's cool. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with players owning up to their shit right in the moment, especially in the finals. Like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. So if they come out next game and Draymond has a great game, like, nobody talks about this game again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and I think like the thing about that's so crazy about this series and really this whole Celtic run is like as resilient as they've been, they've tweaked just as much. So it's like you will usually watch a game like this, like, oh well, I don't know how the Warriors can do this. The Celtics will kill. The Celtics tweak, bro. Like they have no. If the Celtics had a killer instinct, that fucking they'd have closed up the Bucks in 6. They would remember they blew that little 15-point lead with like 5 minutes left when Giannis went crazy. They'd have beat the Miami Heat in 6. And
I think they would have beat Miami in 5 if they was like really serious. Like
Yeah.
they could have, and that's no disrespect to the Heat because they played tough, but there were some opportunities in some of those early games where I thought that Boston could have really been like, nah, we're gonna do this shit in 5 and wait for whoever come out the West. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
well, let's talk about like what Boston can do to like keep this up. You know what I'm saying? To go over there. Cause I feel like if I'm Boston, if I'm Iman Doga, I'm telling them game 4 is a must win. You want to go put them
100%.
motherfuckers in the Cobra clutch. Let's go to the Bay on Monday with a chance to win this thing. Put them on the ropes. What do you think they can do to like carry this thing out?
I mean, really, you need a similar production from your role player. Because my thing is, your 1 and 2 is 9 times out of 10 they're gonna give you what they need to give you. But it's those extra guys and who's gonna be that X factor, that one that step up. So if you can get, you know what I'm saying, like not even I won't even say as far as Marcus Smart, but like you said, a Derek White, a Grant Williams. Derek White only had 7 today.
But so Derek White had a great game. I love like that type of play. You can't look at the stats and see what type of game he had.
But I'm saying he was. I say that in the sense that he'll still have those random games where he'll give you 14, 16, shit like that.
Yeah.
So like Marcus Smart had 24 tonight. So who's going to be that? Bro. Who's going to be that third guy to step up? And if you can get somebody to do that in that game 4, maybe even Al Horford only had 11 tonight, but he took 7 shots, 5 of 7, really efficient, play good defense. If he explodes again, anytime you at home. It gives you more options of who's going to be that X factor to really step up for you. So if I'm
you fuck around,
you
fuck around see Peyton Pritchard. You fuck around see him do some, you know what I'm saying? Give you 10 points, 12 points. If Peyton Pritchard give you 12, I like your chances.
We know Celtic fans. Pritchard is a picture perfect Celtic. He just looked like a fucking Celtic.
Yeah,
that's why I don't like Celtic fans. All the motherfuckers are accountants, man. Like it's just
Gordon Hayward looked like the most Celtic looking nigga of all time.
Right,
like,
exactly.
He looked like the most.
I would say the only person that
face ass nigga ever.
Either that or Grayson Allen. Like Grayson Allen belongs in a Celtics jersey.
He really does.
100%, 1,000%, bro.
He really does.
Yeah.
And Dante,
I think you said it the best though. I think Dante just said it the best. If the role players, you're gonna get what you're gonna get out of Jason. Out of Jason and Jalen, like they're gonna give you that. But if you told me. If I'm a Boston fan, I would sign up for another game with Marcus Smart hitting 20 or more. Marcus Smart getting 20 points, I like my chances against anybody in the league. Like, period.
Yeah, I mean, for me, and just on a side note, I told Mariano yesterday we linked up, Dante. Remember, like like towards the end of the Bulls season, like, man, the Bulls will match up well with the Celtics. You know how fucking laughable
Boy,
that looks now?
Boy,
That shit look crazy.
and it's crazy, G, because one of my homies in the group chat, he been saying this shit for months. He was like, bro, he was like, y'all better pray the Bulls don't beat the Celtics. He said, y'all better pray the Bulls. And he said, they gonna smoke them niggas. And I'm with you, G. Like, man, we match up well, but
Yeah, I
then
was like, man,
X month,
them niggas,
we would have
man.
got our
Like,
ass
dog,
cooked.
it'd have
Yo.
been
Me
nasty.
and Scott said that shit on the pod. We was like ranking the opponents that we
Yeah,
like.
we had
face or
Boston
whatever.
number one.
It was between the Sixers, the Bucks, and the Celtics. And I said, I don't want to see the Bucks. The Sixers is second. Boston, I think we can get.
Yeah.
And now them niggas is in the finals on the 2-1 lead on the Warriors,
laughable,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
For me, from Boston, they just gotta honestly keep doing what they're doing. Like, you know, the way their style of basketball. If the Warriors come back and win this year, this will be the toughest championship they ever won. I know they were down 2-1 against Cleveland in 2015, but let's be real. LeBron was playing out of his mind. And he really had no other help in that 2015. So he had fucking Dellavedova. And so this is like a different beast. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're gonna have to work. They have to play at peak energy. Like you can't come out. They came out and say like this is a ESPN Friday game in mid-March. You can't come out. It's the NBA Finals, dog. And I think they take that badge of we've won these many championships, and they hold it a little bit too tight, which I understand. But it's like they kind of remind me just a little bit of the second three-peat Bulls, mainly like 98, where there was a lot of times that Bulls team looked old, bro. Like looked old as hell. Like honestly, I say this every day. If that 98 series went to game 7, I don't know if the Bulls win. Like Michael Jordan had to put up 45. He was like, when I say he was out there by himself, Scottie Pippen back was done.
Cooked,
and Rodman got holed by Malone all fucking series, and they just had Michael Jordan take him over the top. They're gonna need that thing here, but the only difference was that team still played defense. So they kept the game. The defense is gonna have to be what the Warriors lean on to get back in this because the Celtics is gonna keep doing what they're doing.
You know what another thing is too that people ain't taking into account. They ain't never played against a nigga who had to go home to knee along at the end of this game, bro. Like,
exactly.
That's a whole different level of pressure of like, I need my team to perform. Nigga, like, I'm going home to knee along. It's not just me going
That's
home
why Jordan Poole started shooting like that. He saw out the corners out with all that green on.
It's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing away from no other man in this world and his wife, whatever. But it's a different type of level when you like, bro, listen, you know what I'm going on to? You don't get out there and fuck this money up tonight. Don't embarrass me out there tonight. Look over there. I gotta ride home with her tonight. Don't play. It's a different level. It's different.
Yeah, it's Dante, what you think about what the Celtics need to do to hang on?
I mean, like I said earlier, G, really it's the role players. Like I said, I know what 1 and 2 gonna give me. I need 3 and 4 to step up. Or just one. Like for example, today you had that third person to give you 20 points, 20 plus points. So that's all they're gonna need, bro. If you get that, I think they have a really good chance of going heading back to the Bay up 3-1. Because my whole thing is, like I said, Clay had a good game tonight, but the rest of the Warriors have been so inconsistent, especially the guys like I really expected Jordan Poole to have a big
Jordan
series.
Poole has been so bad.
Like not only I expected, I feel like I needed
him to
have a big series.
So bad, bro. I'm sorry.
Come on, dog.
I'm sorry, bro.
Not trying to bash on all the Michigan niggas, but it's rough right now for Jordan.
It's rough. I
mean, but it's kind of you know what it is for me, man. Like I'm actually kind of glad that he's going through these like the little like the peaks and valleys of this. Like game 2, he caught fire. He hit the shot and he was up. This game is like he's back down. So you would imagine that if the trend continues, that next game he'll be back in the black, right? Like he'll be back good. I hope so. I will say this: the Warriors are looking like real John Wickish, where it's like you got John Wick in the chair, you choking him out. He zip tied and all that. If you don't take advantage right there, he coming to kill everything. You know what I'm saying? Like they had John Wick ass done like 10 times. But when you don't capitalize, like if they don't win game 4, because like you said, I would tell them this is a must win for us, like as Boston. If they don't win game 4 and you fuck around and let Golden State take that momentum back to the Bay
and take back home court advantage,
and they take that game, then I think that's your ass now. You know what I'm saying? Like at least if you win game 4, you give yourself a lot of cushion to be like, okay, guys, game 5 is going to be something different. But then game 6, I like our chances. You know what I mean?
if I'm Ime Udoka, by the way, I would love to be Ime Udoka for the reasons you named just a couple minutes ago. Be able to wake up to Neil Long. After you wake up from Neil Long tomorrow morning, I want you to go to NFL Fire ML Game Pass. I want you to go look up Super Bowl from 5 years ago that happened in the city that both y'all in right now, in Atlanta, Georgia, between the New England Patriots and the motherfucking Atlanta Falcons. Play that
That was
tape.
beautiful.
Because the Falcons had Tom Brady dead to rights. They picked this nigga off, pick 6. He was done. And like you said, John Wick, they had him in the chair, but they didn't finish him. So you better finish these motherfuckers now. That you have to do that. If I'm them, I'll show them like you have a chance right now to go up, do what Toronto did a couple years ago. Toronto went for the kill and won both of them games 3 and 4 in Oakland, and took a real advantage. They never looked back. That's what they need to do, because if you give them any little life, this is a championship team and they will step up and do it. But to me, for the Warriors, I'm gonna say this, bro. I need more Kevon Looney. 17 minutes? No, I need more minutes from him, bro. Like, because y'all got y'all ass whooped on the boards. They all the size that a lot of people talked about, and before the series started, the size is glaring right now. They are whooping their ass on the side, and they need some size out there. And honestly, I would at this point, I give Kuminga some looks, bro. Like, I give Kuminga some looks. See what he
bro
can
played 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Something like it's like Kerr gotta be creative, and
he had one rebound too in those 2 minutes. Like that's crazy, bro.
Exactly.
Immediately though, like
immediately, and it's like Kerr got to do something to where it's like Jordan Poole, and you don't want to quit on your players, and I know he comes from the Popovich, Phil Jackson school. Both of those coaches give their bench players a lot of leeway. They gotta bounce back, because if not, you can't play certain dudes. And I just really think it's about the Warriors getting consistency, and somebody got to help Steph out. That's really what it comes down to. Help Steph out and hope that Steph injury is a two-big. Even if Steph plays, you don't want a timid Steph. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna take all that you got left. So
you want him out there like confident. You know what I'm saying? Like attacking. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So it's. For me, man, it's like the first quarter has told a lot of the game, like for this series, up to this point. So if you come out next game and you the Warriors and you get down by 10, 11, 12 points again, that's probably good night, bro. Because like Boston is not going to – not only will they not go away if you get a lead, but if it's a close game, they're going to get those and ones. They're going to get those 3-pointers with 3 seconds on the shot clock and shit like that. They kick it out to Marcus Smart. So they're going to get all those little extra hustle plays. So – if you're the Warriors, bro, you got to come out and set the tone game, like in the first quarter, game 4. This is it should be nasty if you let Draymond Green go out there for 35 more.
Yeah.
Because let's talk about the Michigan State niggas now. Talk about Michigan. Let's talk about these Michigan State niggas because Jordan Poole actually had 10 points. Draymond had 2 points, like we talked about. We ran down the stat sheet, earlier, and it's just like.
There better not be any Wi-Fi in his hotel room today. I better not log into my YouTube tomorrow morning and I see this nigga screen on my YouTube subscription page, bro. No.
You better quit going back and forth with Kendrick Perkins, bro. Win this championship. Stop letting him get in.
He gotta stop talking. Wait till the series over. Like also, it was like a couple days ago. No, it was after game 2, and I was like, and Stephen A was like, I don't know if he should have said that. Saying it was Rich Eisen too, and he was like, they are who we thought they were. Talking about the Celtics. I'm like, nigga, like.
Yeah.
Stop giving people ammo, bro. Just shut up.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Just shut up sometimes.
If for no other reason than for you to just get focused. Like fuck what people gonna come back and say, the receipts or whatever. Like just stay focused,
what
dog.
About
like
receipts it's the finals. When you win, bro. You still gotta win. Y'all gotta win 3 more games.
That's the biggest I told you so would be that championship, bro. Yeah. Like just focus on that shit. You worried about talking about what everybody else talking about. Like why are you come on. Like lock in, bro, for real.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. We need better from him, man, from Draymond. We need better from this team in general, man. I think it's a mix of Boston playing great defense, but just the Warriors just being stupid, man. Like, Richard Jefferson had the best way to describe the Warriors. Fuck around and find out. That's how they are on both sides. They fuck around and they find out. And other teams will fuck around with them, be the same thing. So they gotta get together, man. But preview, I do think the Warriors win game 4. I do think they win game 4. They're a veteran team. Every time you think the Warriors are, how they gonna do, they find a way to pull it out. I do think they'll win game 4, but I think this is if the Warriors win, I think this is going 7. I don't think Boston is really, really good, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. That might be a Wiggins game. Game 4 might be an Andrew Wiggins game. Like shit,
he better.
the
He
way
out
this
there
series
playing.
going.
He playing the role of Harrison Barnes so far, man. So
Yeah,
he look
18.
good.
What do you 18, 7 and 2? Yeah, he's 1 for 6 from 3 points. So I mean,
Yeah, bro. And
that's
then he
not
was
good.
like, he was doing a lot of. He got away with a lot of traveling, but
Yeah, that's not good. If I'm Wiggins, like or not Wiggins, if I'm Steve Kerr, after like the second or third Wiggins 3-pointer, I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, just let's not do that no more. Like if this shit ain't looking good so far, we ain't gonna let you get to 6. Like let's not do that. Let's please
man.
not do that. Like
Yeah. No, I think I agree. Because I mean, I picked the Warriors to run off 3 straight. I think that's not gonna happen now. I agree.
No.
If the Warriors win game 4, it's definitely gonna go 7. But I mean, it's gonna be a dogfight. So I'm really, really waiting on the update on Steph. Like, I think as long as Steph is 80-85%, they'll be straight. But if it's anything where he's like actually hobbled or it's something that's obviously affecting him, then they might get smoked tomorrow on Friday.
Yeah,
that's gonna be tough. That's really what'll tell everything, because if Steph is like limited, then throw everything we just said out the window and just
he's the
champagne
engine.
ready.
He's the engine. You can't drive a car if you ain't got the engine, man. It's just really.
We'll see. Even if they don't give us any like negative updates, we'll see what the substitutions looking like. If Steph is out there that game early and he's spending a lot of time on the benches, like we kind of see where this is going. So
somebody help him out, man. Somebody help. One of y'all got somebody gotta help him out, man. But that's all we got for y'all today. When a little longer than usual, man. Mariano, thank you for joining us, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
They can follow you. Everything you got going on. You're a busy man. Got a lot of shit going on.
Mad shit, man. The Society on Slick podcast. Shout out to Bethany. Still doing rap names. So you just follow me, man. At Mariano on Twitter, 2 N's, 2 O's. I'm probably telling your aunt no. Like I'm not in the mood. I'm probably telling your aunt no. She asked me for money and shit like that. Follow Slick Sports on Twitter. Instagram at Mariano Bibbers. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here.
And shout out to BD. Shout out the whole Slick team.
Shout out to BD,
there, man.
Yes, sir.
You know where to follow me and Dante at Barbershop Scott. At October's on Tay, follow Barbershop Network at Barbershop Net on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Barbershop Network. There will be a new episode of Summer Sessions dropping on Friday. Tomorrow, I will be doing another live episode of I'm Not Gonna Hold You. We only got a couple more episodes left in this season, so I'll be breaking down this game a little bit more in depth. We're gonna talk a little baseball. We're gonna talk about how the Los Angeles Rams are a money laundering front. We're gonna talk about like, come on, though. We got to talk about that shit. And I'm also gonna have one of the homies on. We actually gonna talk a little hockey tomorrow on the show. So tune in to that tomorrow. It'll be 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. So check that out. We appreciate y'all, man. We'll be back Friday night after Game 4. Let's see if the Dubs can tie this one up, or is there gonna be a party on Monday night for the Celtics, man? So we are out, y'all.